Good day, everybody. Bernard King of Mike Red Eye Face Football. Back, everybody. How are you guys doing on this Super Saturday? This is your daily NFL and college football news blitz. So, first things first in the NFL. Now, AJ Brown has relatively admitted that he was relatively on the source of the leaks that were coming out of Philly last year because the Eagles had a very tumultuous season last year, things of that nature, and I guess AJ Brown was relatively an unhappy camper, disgruntled employee. So he's pretty much just started leaking all the information, things of that nature out. So now he's got his wish. He can go ahead and move on somewhere. I'll talk more about that on this live stream on Sunday. Now, moving on to another story. The Bears have relatively voted to start the design construction process of leaving Illinois and things of that nature. So pretty much the Bears will be leaving Chicago, going to Hammond, Indiana, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's Northwest Indiana. So the Bears relatively have gotten the ball rolling as it relates to them building their new stadium and going to the new home and things of that nature. Now, moving on to another story. In college, correction. Broncos star Jonathan Cooper arrested for domestic violence charges. So him and his girlfriend were both were arrested on charges and things of that nature of domestic violence on yesterday, and pretty much they were held in the Douglas County Jail over in Colorado. This according to TMZ. Now, moving on. Another story in entertainment, football altogether. Pretty much Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are planning on being married, and she wants to have a wedding in Madison Square Garden. Let's see how that whole thing goes down. I don't know if this ever happened before. Basketball games, all-star games, but a wedding in Madison Square Garden, that's crazy work right there. We'll see how that goes down. Those are some of the rumored places where they want to have, where she wants to, they want to get married at. I don't know if I can get it out. But moving on to college real quick. In college, according to ESPN, the NCAA rejects Texas Tech appeal to reinstate Brendan Sorsby. Now, this is separate. Now, the NCAA has denied the appeal, even though they appealed to the NCAA. But yesterday, actually this morning, the NCAA denied the appeal. This according to ESPN News. Now, this is separate from the lawsuit that Brendan Sorsby has filed against the NCAA. So we'll see how that whole thing goes down, things of that nature. So he may still get his money or what have you. And, let's see how this legal process goes down. Now, a live stream coming up this Sunday, everybody. I don't know what time yet, but I'll give you time. D-Lump coming back in the studio. See you guys soon. Have a super Saturday. Peace out. Holla.